everyone, it's Megan, and today I'm here to do a non-spoiler review for The Dreadful Tales of Prosper Reddin by Alexander Bracken. This book was recently given to me for an honest review by Disney Hyperion through NetGalley, which is an e-arc service inside. If you want to check out eGalley, I will leave the link down below. This book had recently come out on the 8th of September, so obviously it's a little late for everyone who has either already picked it up or hasn't already picked it up, but I thought I'd do my non-spoiler review now so it gives a few days after it's come out, you know, as you do. Also, if you want to get a copy of this book, I am a Book Depository affiliate. Just use my link down below and I will get a small commission fee, but it's not much. It's not much. And yeah, without further ado, let's get on to my non-spoilery thoughts. For those of you that don't know much about this book follows a 12-year-old known as Prosperity or Prosper Reddin. He is a normal teenager until some unexpected events with his family and show that he has a demon living within him. This 4,000 demon is also known as Alistar, who, let's just point it out, is a very revengeful spirit. He used to be interactive with Prosper's ancestors 200 years ago when they first settled in America. He obviously was working alongside them to ensure their prosperity over in America, so for their riches, for their family, for their prospects, all this crap. And I was like, okay. But throughout the years, he kind of got screwed over due to the witch trials and all that stuff. And I was like, oh wow. And now he is entrapped in Prosper's body and is getting stronger with every day and every night. And he kind of has control over his body and he wants to come out after 13 years to get revenge on the family that's kind of done one over on him. So now we're going to get on to some of my thoughts with this book. I honestly absolutely adored this book. It was so good that I rated it 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads because it was amazing. It's put as a middle grade book, but I really wouldn't class it as that. It's kind of like this little thin line of like young adult and middle grade, and sometimes it just flitters through a little bit and it's like, it's so cool. You got Alistar, who's just so like old-fashionedly bitchy, and it's so freaking fantastic. Like, he calls everyone a maggot and he comes up with all these really weird insults, and then he goes between talking nowadays English and olden English, and I was like, okay, this is amazing. And then you have like Prosper, and I love Prosper. He reminds me of a mixture of Harry Potter and Percy Jackson because this boy is sassy. This boy has sass like you can never believe it. And I was like, wow. Honestly, half these quotes that I highlighted throughout my ebook is just his sass, because you can't believe how sassy this one 12-year-old can be. And I was like, wow, I love this one. Love him. So cool. I like Nell as well. I think Nell's quite a complex character. I do reckon that we will see some growth. Obviously, this is, I think, the first book within a series, or it better be due to ending, because I can't be dealing with that if that's just like one book. Okay, so I think it's like a duology or trilogy or whatever. It's something. It's got to be, because that's evil. But yes, Nell is quite a cool character. I kind of liked her backstory. All these characters had right intricate backstories. You had conditions that you don't usually see in books of middle grade, even young adults. Some of these conditions aren't really brought up, like heart conditions and other conditions, and I was like, wow, spot on. This book I would recommend as like an intro to Alexander Bracken's work, because I've read other of the series like The Darkest Minds and Passenger Duology, and I was a bit like, whoa, I didn't get the love for Alexander Bracken a lot. This book, I totally understand. Totally understand. Amazing. I think that I'm honestly going to say that I have one favourite character, and that is Alistar. I love Alistar. I think he's just brilliant. He's just like such a sassy 4,000-year-old demon. And he's got family issues as well, which I just thought was so cool. So cool. The world, though, I will mention that the world is very complex a little bit, because it has like a description of how all the worlds are built up on top of each other and how it all comes to being one. And I was like, right, okay, awesome. I kind of like this idea. And I like how you have some of the characters are learning about all these different moments. So you have Alistar, who's learning about the world today. You have Prosper learning about the demons or the Fiend's world and all the other stuff that you need to know when you've got a demon living inside of you. I was just like, wow. This is some amazing stuff. Like, it was awesome. It was like, oh, so complexly good. As I did state, it's set as a middle grade, but I don't think it could just be a middle grade. I think it could go up into young adult too, because it was just like so close. You can tell that Alexandra Bracken just like writes usually for young adults, because it was such a good book. Like, it was so like, it was like, here's young adults, here's middle grade, and this is the line, and she just kind of crossed it a bit, and I was like, woo, I kept zigzagging through these lines. I was like, wow. Oh my god, it was so good, so good. I think the cover, I want to talk about the cover as well, because the cover, again, is gorgeous. It has, I think the cover, once you've read the story, makes a lot more sense than it does when you're picking it out. Because, no, I think I found the questions on Goodreads where they're like, are all these characters animals? They're not animals, I swear to God, they're not animals. It's, the fox represents Alistair's fiend's appearance in the human world, because they can only come up and appear as animals, not humans. And I was like, ah, this is quite cool, I like this. You got an old-fashioned talking white fox. And I was like, wow, I love this book. I think sometimes I felt like I was a bit overwhelmed with some of the things that were going on. Like, I felt sometimes a bit confused, because at one point we were in Red Hood, where the story firstly takes place, and then we kind of get dragged about, and I feel with the main character that I felt attached more to this character, because I felt how he would feel really freaking confused, like what was going on. Then there was loads of zombies, and I was like, apocalypse? No, not apocalypse. We weren't having an apocalypse moment. And then all this stuff happened, and I just felt really, I think what Prosper feels is really relatable to how you can feel with it. And I loved it. It was so good. I totally recommend this book. If you like Alexandra Bracken, I totally recommend it. If you want to be introduced to Alexandra Bracken's work, if you like weird foul-mouthed demons who live in people's bodies and then control them at night, demons who have disgusting eating habits, because my god, I felt disgusted when I read what he eats. Gross. Disgusting. Then just, yeah. And if you might live in it and read it in a really sarcastic point of view, that this book is totally for you. I totally recommend you going and picking up this lovely book, reading it and enjoying it as much as I did, because I can't wait for book 2, and it better come out next year, because I need this book too so badly. And that finishes my non-spoiler review for The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Ebdin. I hope you liked this review. I hope this review, without the spoilers, was totally informing of how good this book is. I would like to apologise for the lighting throughout this video, because it is currently overcast and raining, because it's typical English weather, so I've had to film it with my light on, which is pretty terrible at this minute, but it's the best I could do. If you want to subscribe to my online bookish family, do so here or down below with the big lovely subscribe button. Follow me anywhere on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. I'm constantly on Twitter, it's like my life at the minute. If you want to leave a thumbs up for this video, if you liked it just that much, totally do it down below. And please do feel free to leave me a comment if you've read this book, or if you were planning on reading this book, and what you thought of this book. Without further ado, I will see you next time. Bye!